Hi, today I'm going to teach you how do we bring up pump to kill speed, holding the pressure at the bottom hole constant. So the concept is easy. So imagine your well here having a U-tube between your drill pipe to your annulus. Now the principle of killing a well is to maintain the bottom hole pressure to stay constant. Now to achieve this objective, the principle is to hold the pressure in the annulus constant while we are bringing up pump to kill speed, which means you are pumping fluid down the drill string. At the same time, I will be controlling the choke here, maintaining the pressure constant. So I'm basically pumping fluid on one side and taking fluid out through the other side. So here's my driller here. So he will be doing the job as per my instructions. As he controls the pump, I will be controlling the choke. So before we begin killing the well, let me tell you the background of this well condition right now. So the last report by driller is that the well has been shut in on a 6-barrel kick, and bear in mind that this well is on subsea BOP stack. Now to prove this, you may see how our subsea BOP looks like. Now at the moment we shut in on using upper annular preventer. Also, we hang off the string using the upper pipe ram, opening both choke line and kill line. Now this allows us to read pressure on both choke line and kill line. Now tap 3 here at the moment reading 486 psi, and tap 4 is reading 486 psi both. Now this tap 4 is the one that read pressure on the kill line, and I'm going to hold this pressure on kill line 486 psi constant all the way when I start bringing up the pump to kill speed. Now before we begin, I'm going to brief you through the control that we have in the remote choke here. Now let's focus here, come closer here. Now on the top of this panel you will see the kill line pressure reading 492 psi, and this must be the same reading to the choke line pressure, which is reading 490 about that pressure. Okay. Now the other pressure gauge here is showing drill pipe pressure currently reading about 400 psi, and you can see both in the annulus which read by the kill line and choke line pressure reading 500 psi, and that's the reason why we have kick in the annulus. At the moment our pump is 0 simply because I haven't started pumping yet. Our stroke counter has been just reset to 0 stroke, and here is my position of the choke, which currently at the closed position. Now here is the speed of how fast I control my choke. Now typically close to half is good that I find. Now Mr. Driller, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Now on my call we are going to pump up down the string in the stages of 5 by 5 stroke per minute. Okay? Now give me some time. I'm going to open up the choke here. Okay? Now look at my position indicator. Now at the moment, as I open up the choke slowly, I don't hear any sound of the flow coming out through my choke at all. Okay, let's see here. Now as you can see, as driller start pumping 5, my pressure on the kill line start coming up. Now I know exactly I am going to allow this pressure to come up to 590 before I start opening up my choke. And the reason why I do this is to allow for 100 psi safety or overbalance. Now my hand on the choke, my eyes on the kill line. Now I'm ready. Now my choke start to open up as you can hear from the sound. Now as I open my choke, you can see the kill line pressure start dropping, and that means at this time I must instruct my driller to start increasing the pump rate, because my objective is to maintain this kill line pressure constant all the way through the pump stage up procedure to kill speed. Okay, now driller, give me 10 SPM please.
Okay.
As you can see here, the pressure start dropping by 20 psi from the pressure that I want to hold.
SPM.
Now driller has increased the pump rate to 10 SPM. Now you can see the pressure on the kill line start increasing again. Now remember, my objective is to maintain this constant. Now to not allowing this to continue increasing, I start opening my choke bit by bit. So see, the pressure on the keyline stop increasing. In fact, start to decrease. Now the moment I see my keyline pressure stably decreasing, then I can continue asking my driller to increase his pump. So driller, please give me 15.
Okay, 50 SPM.
You can see the keyline pressure start increasing again if I don't do anything to my choke. Now remember, my objective is to maintain this constant again. Now to maintain this lower, I need to open my choke bigger. So now I can see the pressure on the keyline is reading about 600 psi and dropping slowly. Now I don't want my keyline to fall below 590. Of course, I don't allow it to go to my cut-off initial keyline pressure of 492. That is my ultimate pressure that I can never go down lower. If I do, my pressure in the bottom hole will go underbalanced. Now I'm perfectly overbalanced by about 100 psi. Remember that we have already having 100 psi overbalance. Now driller, give me 20 SPM, because my keyline going to 592.
20 SPM.
Thank you, driller. So as you can see, as he start pumping to 20, the keyline start increasing again from the 592 to about 600 and still increasing now. So I do not need to be panic. What I need to do to maintain that lower, I need to open my choke bigger. Okay, just one flick, you can see the pressure start decreasing again. Alright driller, you can now give me another 5 SPM. So now my pump rate has reached 25 SPM. Thank you driller. Now that gives me keyline pressure a little higher than before. Now to maintain that lower, I have to open my choke. Now that's what happened we do in alternate way, one at a time. Now that really gives us a clear indication what we need to do on this choke. You can see my keyline pressure start dropping again the moment I open up my choke bigger. So I try to maintain 590 psi to about 600 psi all the way to kill speed. I continue to open up my choke because I have keyline reading 630 psi, and that is coming down to my targeted pressure range of 590 to 600 psi. Alright, that seems okay for me to start asking my driller to continue giving me another SPM. Now driller, give me another 5 to our kill rate. My driller has given me 30 SPM, which is our kill speed, our planned kill speed, and our pressure on the kill line is now right at where we want it, which is about 590 to 600 psi. Now this is the principle we holding whenever you bring up pump to kill speed, as well as when you want to stage down your pump rate to 0, or at any one time you try to change your pump rate. Now we are perfectly okay. Now at this time, after about 10 seconds, the next job is just to maintain your drill part pressure, whether you are using driller's method or weight method. So in the next lesson, we are going to learn how do you maintain your drill part pressure according to the schedule or according to the principle that you should be holding. And the whole thing is to maintain the bottom hole pressure constant. Alright, see you in the next video. Thank you.